Today we're doing lesson 3.5, equivalent multiplication expressions. So the math warm-up is on page 23. It says, how many do you see? How many thirds do you see, and how do you see them? Jackson?
I see
8 thirds. And how do you see them? Like, what kind of expression, blank groups of blank, would you say?
There is 8 groups of 8 groups of 1/3.
Nice job. Yes, 8 groups of 1/3 would give you 8 thirds, right? So that's what he said that he saw. The number of thirds that he saw was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he saw 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, each one having 1/3. So that is one we could do. What is another expression that would work for this image? Autrey?
1/3 times 1/8.
No. You gotta have a whole number in there.
No, 1/3 times 8 equals 8/3.
So you're on the right track. We don't just switch their places. We switch the places of something else. I'll give you one more shot. Blank groups of blank.
There are 1/3 groups of 8.
No. Evan, what do you think? So how many thirds do you see total?
8.
8 thirds. And how do you see them? Like how many groups?
I see there's 2 rows of 1/3.
2 rows. So 2 groups, right?
Wait, I see 8 thirds.
8 thirds total, but in 2 groups. So how many thirds are in this group?
4.
4. So 2 groups of 4 thirds equals 8 thirds. Yes. Does that make sense? That's another way to do it. 2 groups of 4 thirds gives you 8 thirds. There's 2 other ways to do it, because if you think back to when we talked about factors, what are the factors of 8? What do we start with? Ari?
1 multiplied by 8.
Okay, and Fisher, what's another factor pair of 8?
2 multiplied by 2.
4.
I'm at 4.
4. 2 multiplied by 4. Yes. So those are all the factors of 8, right, Colton? So we've got 1 times, in this one we have 8 times 1 is 8, and the denominator stays the same. In this one we have 2 times 4 equals 8, and the denominator stays the same. What is another way you could look at it? Todd? These are all the factors of 8. We've got them all right here.
4 times 2.
4 times 2 what? 4 times 2, what size are they?
4 times 2, what size?
The 2 has to be a fraction. What's on the bottom of the 2? 4 times 2 is 2 thirds. So watch. Because all of these are third size pieces. So here's what we're doing. 4 times 2 thirds equals 8 thirds. Notice all of these equal 8 thirds, but watch. Ah! Okay. 2 and 4 are factors of 8, right? Watch. 2 times 4 is 8, like 4 times 2 is 8. But you gotta have the 3 on the bottom because it's 8 third size pieces. So we're talking about a fraction. You with me? Okay, so what's that leave us with over here? Avis?
1/8.
1 times.
1/8. Wait, 1 times 1/3.
No.
1 times 8/3.
1 times 8/3. Okay, so watch. One group of 8/3 equals 8/3. Do you guys see how here the whole number was 8 and the numerator was 1? 8 times 1 is 8. Here the whole number was 1, the numerator was 8. 1 times 8 is 8. We flip-flop the places, right? Here we flip-flopped, or we did 2 times 4. Here we did 4 times 2. Do you see how that works? So we can use them all that way. Does that make sense? Your denominator, once you figure out your denominator is thirds, that denominator stays the same on every expression and every value. Because Emma, does that make sense? Once you figure out it's thirds, it stays thirds in the expression, the fraction part of the expression, and the value. Because they're all third-sized pieces. So let me show you. It says, how do you see them? So if you saw them like this, you would see each individual group of 8 groups, and each is 1/3, right? For a total of 8/3. If you saw them like this, your group is, I see one whole group with 8/3 all together is 8/3. Over here you've got 2 groups. So this would be one group and this would be another group. Each one with 4/3. And the last would be one group of 2/3. 2 groups of 2/3. 3 groups of 2/3. 4 groups of 2/3. You with me? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's move on. Nope, that's all there are. Complete the equations. Find the number that makes each equation true. Draw a diagram if it is helpful. So 12 groups of what fraction equals 12/5? Athena?
You forgot to start the base.
No, I didn't. What's the answer? 12 groups of what fraction equals 12/5?
1.
1 what? It's got to be a fraction, Athena.
1/5.
Yes. It's got to be a fraction. So 1/5. You guys know when you did your posters and everything, expressions, Cameron, have a whole number times a fraction, right?
Yeah.
And they're giving us the whole number, so you know that this has got to be a fraction because your answer is a fraction. All right, I'm going to pull sticks for the next one. But first, we're going to find the factors of 12, just like we did for 8. So the factors of 12, what do we start with?
1 times 12.
1 times 12, what's next?
2 times 6.
2 times 6.
And the last one?
3 times 4.
Okay, so they can be 1 times 12 or 12 times 1, right? It can be 2 times 6 or 6 times 2. And it can be 3 times 4 or 4 times 3. And the numbers that are missing are the whole number and the numerator, because we know the denominators stay the same. Colton, give yourself a point. Okay, so here we go. We've got 6 times something equals 12/5. We know it's got to be a fraction. So what fraction would it be? Avis.
2/5.
Beautiful. 2/5. Give yourself a point. Okay. Next, we have 12/5 equals 4 times what fraction? Owen.
3/5.
Yes, 3/5. Todd, is this making sense to you? It's not. So remember when we do expressions, it's because you're used to seeing the equals at the end. But watch this. 4 times 3/5 equals 12/5. So watch. Where do we get the 12 from? 4 times 3. And the denominators are going to be the same on the fraction and the value. Okay? So that's all we're doing. That's how they're coming up with this number, 3, by saying, well, what do you multiply 4 times to get 12? And it's 3. That's going to be your top number, and your bottom number is the same in the fraction.
So basically, you add 4 times 3, and you get that number.
Yes.
But you keep 5 the same.
Yep. That's all we're doing. Okay. Next, 12/5 equals 3 times what fraction? Todd. So 3 times what fraction equals 12/5? So I'm looking at a fraction. What's the bottom number going to be for sure? 5. What do you multiply 3 times to get 12? 4. So what goes on top? What'd you just say?
12.
No, that's the answer. 12/5 equals 3 times what fraction? So you just told me what you multiply 3 times to get to 12 is 4, right? And your bottom number is going to be 4/5. You with me? Okay. 4/5. Okay. On the next one, 12/5 equals 2 times what fraction, Cameron?
3/5.
So what do you multiply 2 times to get 12? 2 times
6.
6. And so what goes?
6/5.
Nice. There you go. 6/5. Okay. And then on the last one, what do you multiply 1 times to get 12/5? Colton?
12/5.
Yeah, nice job. Because 1 times anything is the number itself. Good work. Okay. All right. And the way that, yeah, it says here are 2 sets of numbers, set A and set B. Choose a number from set A as the whole number and a number from set B as the fraction to complete this equation and make it true. So let's think about the factors of 6 really quick because that is our numerator. That's the 2 numbers or the number we're trying to get to. So, Cameron, 6. What are the factors of 6? Jackson Chambers. 1 times 6. What's the other factor pair for 6? Cameron. What do you multiply together to get 6? Emma?
2 times 3.
Yes, 2 times 3. Okay? And that's all of them. Okay, so we see a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 6. So these are our whole numbers. Okay, what are we going to multiply together to get 6/7? Mary. Choose a number from this set for right here and a number from this set for right here that equals 6/7 when you multiply. Times.
2/7.
Nice job, Mary. Yes. Sorrelda, sit up, please. 3 times 2/7. Do you guys see that 3 times 2 equals 6 and the denominators just stay the same? Okay? All right. Next, we got to make 6/7 again. Ian, what do you want to put here and here?
1 times
1 times 1 doesn't equal 6. This number and the numerator have to be multiplied.
1 times 6 sevenths.
1 times 6 sevenths. That'll work. 1 times 6 gives you 6. And then the 7s match up. Explain or show how you know the 2 equations you wrote are both true. Because both equations equals 6 sevenths. Okay, see that's how many holes? How many holes did I just make? Nope. 1 hole, right? And it's broken into 7 parts. How many more holes do I need? How many more?
3.
2. So here's another one broken into 7 parts. Here's a third broken into 7 parts. Okay, so how many do I shade in each one? Fisher? 2. That's where this number comes in. 3 is the number of holes. 1 hole, 2 hole, 3. 7 is the number of parts each is split into, and 2 is the number we shade in each one. All together, when I make that diagram, how many 7th size pieces do I have? 1 seventh, 2 sevenths, 3 sevenths, 4 sevenths, 5 sevenths, 6 sevenths. Okay? So equals 6 sevenths. Over here, how many holes am I going to make? Autrey?
1.
1. How many parts am I going to split it into? Autrey?
7.
7. And how many am I going to shade, Autrey?
6.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And all together I have 1 seventh, 2 sevenths, 3 sevenths, 4 sevenths, 5 sevenths, 6 sevenths. So the question was explain or show how you know both equations you wrote are both true because both equal 6 sevenths, right?
Yep.
Okay, one more page. All right, so fractions and matching expressions. So here's the 7 expressions. They've given us A through I. All of these expressions they gave us except for 2 of them. All of these expressions except for 2 of them equal 4/5, 10/12, 6/10, or 8/9. So I want you guys to tell me if you solved this, I'm going to pull sticks, and if you solved the expression, which fraction would it go under? So these are our choices. 4/5, 10/12, 6/10, or 8/9. Those are our options, okay? But remember, 2 of them aren't going to fit anywhere. They're not going to have a match. Okay, so first one, 6 times 1/10. Which one would that fit under? Ari, what's it equal?
6/10.
Is that one of our choices? Yep, 6/10. So I'm going to put an A underneath 6/10. Okay, so underneath 6/10, write an A. Underneath 6/10, write an A. Okay? And Ari, give yourself a point. Okay, next. Haziel. This one we haven't seen before, but it's the same kind. So Haziel, what's 2 times 4? 8, and 8 times 1/9. What would that equal? Nope, here's what I'm saying. So 2 times 4, you just told me is 8, right? So let's make that 8 times 1/9. What does that equal? Eight groups of 1/9. The 4's gone. When you multiply the 4 times the 2, you got 8. Now we have 8 times 1/9. 8 ninths. Do you understand? Whose voice am I hearing? 8 times 1/9 is 8 ninths. So B is going to go underneath 8 ninths. Okay, so it's just multiplying these simple numbers together. Okay, so this is what it started out to be. 2 times 4 times 1/9. We multiply 2 times 4 is 8 times 1/9 is 8 ninths. And that's one of our choices. Okay, C. What would C be? Autrey.
4 times 1/10 is 4 tenths.
4, or C.
4 times 1/5 is 4/5.
Yes. So C goes under 4/5. Okay. D. What would D be? Emma. So what does 3 times 2 equal? Not plus. You just told me a minute ago what? 6. And then 6 times 1/10 equals what?
6/10.
Is there a 6/10? Was that one of our options? Yes. So D goes underneath 6/10. Okay. And Emma, you can give yourself a point. Next, we have E. Athena. What would E be?
10, 12.
Is that one of our options?
Yes.
Yep, it is. So we're going to put an E underneath 10/12. All right, and then we have, good job, Athena. Put yourself down for a point.
Thank you.
And then we have F. Devin. What would F equal?
1/5, no.
What's 2 times 2, Devin?
4.
And 4 times 1/5.
4/5.
Good. Is that one of our options?
Yes.
So we're going to put F underneath 4/5 under C. Okay. Next we have G. Fisher. What's 4 times 4, Fisher?
8. I said 4 times 2.
What's 4 times 4?
16.
16. And what's 16 times 1/9 going to be?
69.
Is that one of our options? Nope. So Fisher got the no match. All right, Fisher, give yourself a point. So this would equal 16 ninths, which does not have a match. Okay? Next. Olivia, what is 10 times 1/12 equal? Ten times 1/12. Is that one of our options? 10/12? Okay. All right. Be confident in your answers. All right. You got this, girl. Okay. And then, Zerelda, what would 4 times 1/12 be?
4 times 1/12 is 4/12.
Is that one of our options?
No.
No. So there's our other no match. So this equals 4/12. So make sure you have written down under 4/5 a C and an F. Make sure you've written down under 10/12 E and H. Make sure you've written down under 6/10 A and D. And then make sure under 8/9 you've written down B. All right, one more part. Complete each equation to make it true. So this is going back to the beginning, breaking apart a fraction into a whole number times a fraction. But what's the last part say? Try to do so without using a unit fraction. What's a unit fraction? Jackson?
A fraction. That's 1.
Where?
Like it's 1 times 1 and then
No. Colton.
It's a unit fraction is say like
A fraction with what?
with a 1 on the top.
Yes. So it's got to have the 1 on the top, like a unicorn. Unit fractions have a 1 on top like a unicorn, okay? So we can't turn this into 4 times 1/5 because 1/5 is a unit fraction. We have to think about, so we're breaking these apart into a whole number times a fraction. Think about the factors of 4. What are they? Avis?
1/4 and 2 times
1/4?
1 times 4 and 2.
There you go. Your brain is on fractions. Yes, you got it. Okay. And so 4/5 equals blank times blank. We need a whole number times a fraction. Evan?
2 times 2/5.
Yeah. Yes. 2 times 2/5 would absolutely work. 2 times 2/5. No unit fraction in sight. What's another one that we could do? Haziel. For 4/5. Oh, okay. I'll call on you for the next one. Ari? 1 times 4/5. Okay, is 1 times 4 4?
Yes.
And the denominator stays the same. And did Ari use a unit fraction?
No.
Nope. There you go. So that's what you would have to do, Haziel, is since you already had 2 times 2, that only leaves us with 1 times 4, right? Or 4 times 1. And you can still use the 1 and 4, you just can't have the 1 above the fraction. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, now 10/12. You got one for me? Okay. Yes, 5 times 2/12. Okay, let's see here. Macy, what's another one you could do for 10/12? So think about 10 for a second, Macy. What are the factors of 10? The numbers you can multiply to get 10. Huh? Are you saying the answer to the problem? Okay. What would you did you say 5/12? What would you multiply 5/12 times to get 10/12? So how many groups of, so if you write 5/12 right here. How many groups of 5/12 would you need to make 10/12? Because that would be 5/12, 10/12, 12s, 15 12s, 20 12s, 25 12s. How many groups of 5 does it take to make 2? Does that make sense? So, Macy, all we did was change the place of the 5 and 2. You see that? So we got a 5 holes and a 2 numerator. Over here we have 2 holes and a 5 numerator. Okay? So we're just gonna flip flop the 5 and the 2. Put the 2 in the whole number spot, put the 5 as the numerator. Alright. And that works. Alright, Mary, give me one for 6/10. Yep, 3 times 2/10. Okay. Evan, give me another one.
1 times 6/10.
Yes. 1 times 6/10 will definitely work. Okay. And then, let's see here. Now we've got 8/9. Ty, give me one for 8/9.
4
Times.
4 times
How many?
2, 8.
Nope, denominator.
2 9.
Yes, you got it. You got it. Very good. 4 times 2/9. So see, 4 times 2 is 8, and then the 9 stays the same. And the last one, Fisher.
2 times 4/9.
Yes, we can flip flop their places. Okay. Let me stop this video. Your practice page for today is to finish 34. I think you guys have already done that.
Yeah.